Alma Clayton Peterson, who is the assistant to the Dean of Students at Vanderbilt University. Ms. Clayton Peterson, welcome to Black Pulse.
Thank you, Dr. Haney.
Ms. Peterson, we mentioned just a while ago that the whole issue of blacks on historically white college campuses is a very important issue. And I think it's important because blacks make up approximately, throughout the nation, approximately 80% of the black population, student population, is located on the campuses of historically white institutions. And I do understand that Vanderbilt has some activity planned over the next few weeks dealing with this kind of activity. Perhaps you'd like to say something about that.
Yes, Dr. Haney. 3 years ago, at the initiation of one of our senior students, Karen Stanley, she gave the administration the idea that we ought to start bringing students in early. Our high school students that have applied to Vanderbilt are virtually assured of admission, and we want them to come to Vanderbilt. So we'd invite them to campus for a weekend, and they can experience not only black life on campus, but the academic side and the social life. So what we're intending to do is to give them a realistic preview of what Vanderbilt really is. Part of what's happening this year is that the Association of Vanderbilt Black Alumni has chosen to do its reunion, which is done about every 2 or 3 years, in conjunction with the Black Student Weekend, so that there is interaction between those who have made it through the Vanderbilt experience and those who are considering it.
I think we mentioned earlier that Vanderbilt admitted its first black student in 1964. When you talk about the Association of Vanderbilt Black Alumni, how many students are you talking about approximately?
Vanderbilt total has about 950 black alums. That includes those alums who went to George Peabody College. Peabody merged with Vanderbilt in 1979. There are about 450 that are George Peabody, and the rest from Vanderbilt.
And
it doesn't have a long history of having graduated blacks, so their numbers are small.
But the reunion will be this weekend. How many do you expect to come to this reunion, and what are some of the activities that you've got planned in that
We've got 92 alums coming back, which is about 10%, which I think is wonderful. We have a casino night planned, a banquet with Walter Murray, who's going to be our keynote speaker for that banquet. We have interactions planned with the prospective students as well. We think it's going to be a big party.
Well, quite
We're
recently,
really excited.
There's been some controversy in terms of black students at Vanderbilt over the last several weeks, most of it appearing in the daily newspaper. And I think one of the questions that our audience is probably concerned with is the atmosphere for black students on the campus at Vanderbilt University, and perhaps as the assistant to the Dean of Students, you might be able to speak to that.
I'm going to address just one of those issues because it is a very broad issue, and I don't think we have time to delve into all of the things. I'm going to talk about the things that relate to the weekend that's coming up. One of the demands of black students on campus is to raise the enrollment of black students to 5%. One of the ways we do that is by actively recruiting students, not saying, well, we'll wait till these students come along, and when they come along, we'll just sort of bring them on in. We need to be very active, and we are very active in going to different high schools. I just came back from Chicago and did recruiting at Providence St. Mel. We need to be out there saying, we are Vanderbilt, we do want you to become a part of our family, and come take a look at it. I think the Black Student Weekend and the AVBA, Association of Vanderbilt Black Alumni, coordinating together will have a significant impact on those prospective students in that they will see that, no, life is not all rosy at Vanderbilt, but the thought of getting an excellent education is going to outweigh that. I won't say that Vanderbilt is for every student. I mean, neither black nor white, nor Hispanic, nor Asian American. Vanderbilt is for people who I think really want to be the leaders of America and say to themselves, I know who I am. I am a black person, and I am proud of that. And I'm going to go to Vanderbilt and look people in the eye who look at me like I'm crazy because I'm black and say, that is your problem. It is not my problem.
Well, one of the major problems that we have in terms of black students, not only at historically white institutions, but black students in higher education period, is the financial aid question. Now, we do understand that there has been a proposed increase in tuition at Vanderbilt University that will make the first-year tuition approximately $10,000. Of course, when you add that on to living expenses, books, and et cetera, I think one student said that you're talking about maybe $16,000 or $17,000 a year and $77,000 for a four-year college degree. In view of the situation that most black youngsters find themselves in financially, how can Vanderbilt increase its enrollment with that kind of tuition? Is there a